Hey, Josh.
All right, Mr. Chairman, if you'd like, we can just run through the agenda real quick.
Sounds good.
So item number 1 on Gowan Road for 2 new warehouse buildings. We are requesting deferral on that one to the September 13th meeting. Item number 2, a new fire station on Bogart Lane. We will hear that item. Item number 3, substandard lot of record with some additional stories added or story added. We are recommending that one for the consent agenda. Item number 4 on Cole Road. It's an expansion of an existing athletic facility. We are recommending that for the consent agenda. Item number 5 on Clinton is a new 17,000 square foot industrial building. We are recommending that for the consent agenda. And item number 6 on Federal Way for a 48,000 square foot industrial building is also requesting deferral to the September 13th meeting. And unless anyone has any questions or concerns with any of those, that's what the night's looking like.
Great. Thanks, Josh. Anybody have any questions for Josh or staff?
No.
Hearing none. Thanks. Good evening. I'd like to call the August 9th, 2023 Design Review Committee to order. Christine, can you please call the roll?
Simple. Routine.
Here.
Marsh.
Here.
Aguilar.
Here.
Zuckerman. Erstad.
Here.
4 present, 2 absent.
We have a couple of minutes to approve here. The first is the design review work session minutes for July 12th. And the second is the design review committee meeting minutes from July 12th. And at this point, I'd look for a recommendation or motion on those 2 minutes.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Josh, do we need to specifically call out the comments? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the committee work session minutes and the meeting minutes on July 12th. In addition to the recognition given to Tom Sabala as added to the minutes.
Okay, so moved.
Second.
Second, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Christina, will you please call the roll?
Routine.
I'll abstain because I wasn't present.
Marsh.
Aye.
Aguilar.
Aye.
Erstad.
Aye.
3 in favor, 1 abstain. Motion carries.
We have 2 items up for deferral. The first item is item number 1. It's DRH 23-00193. Location is on Gowan Roads for the construction of 2 new warehouse buildings totaling approximately 410,000 square feet with associated site improvements in a property in an M1D zone. This will be deferred to the September 13th hearing. Is there any member of the audience wishing to speak on this item who cannot make this date? Seeing none in person, Josh, any virtually? No, thank you. Second item to be, well, we'll do these individually. At this time, I take a motion for the deferral of,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
I move that item number 1, DRH 23-00193 be moved to the deferred to the 9/13 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Erstad. Christina, call the roll.
Routine.
Aye.
Marsh.
Aye.
Aguilar.
Aye.
Erstad.
Aye.
All in favor, motion carries.
Next item to be considered for our deferrals is item number 6. It's DRH 23-00231. Location is 9177 South Federal Way for the construction of a new approximately 48,000 square foot industrial building with associated site improvements on a property in an M1D zone. And this also would be deferred to the September 13th day. Is there any member of the audience wishing to speak to this item who cannot make the September 13th date? See none in person. Any online, Josh? No. This time I would look for a motion on this item for deferral.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Dean.
I would move that DRH 23-00231 be deferred to the 9/13 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Aguilar. With that, Kristen, please call the roll.
Rudine,
Aye.
Marsh,
Aye.
Aguilar,
Aye.
Erstad,
Aye.
all in favor, motion carries.
Next, we'll move on to tonight's consent agenda. We have a few items for consideration. The first item to be considered for consent agenda is item number 3. It's DRH 23-00196. Location is 1422 East Franklin. It's a renovation of an existing residence on a substandard lot of record with a waiver request to exceed 1.5 stories in height on a property in a R1C zone. Is the applicant present? Applicant is not present in here. Applicant is online. When able, are you in agreement with the recommended conditions of approval?
Yes.
Okay, let the record show if they are in agreement. Is there any member of the audience wishing to speak, testify in opposition to this item tonight? Seeing none in person, any online, Josh? Seeing none online, this item will be moved on to the consent agenda. Second item to be considered is item number 4. It's DRH 23-00228, locations 1116 North Cole. It's construction of approximately 15,000 square foot athletic facility building located on a property in an R3D zone. Is the applicant present? Please let the record show the applicant is present. Are you in agreement with the recommended conditions of approval? Please let the record show the applicant is in agreement. Are there any members of the public wishing to testify in opposition to this item? Seeing none in person, any online, Josh? And none online. This will also get moved to the consent agenda. Next item would be item number 5 to be considered. It's DRH 23-00207. Location is 5917 West Clinton Street for the construction of a new approximately 17,000 square foot industrial building with associated site improvements on a property in an M1D zone. Is the applicant present? Let the record show the applicant is present. Are you in agreement with the recommended conditions of approval? Please let the record show that the applicant is in agreement. Is there any member of the public wishing to testify in opposition to this item? Seeing none in person and none online. No. Okay, this item will also be moved to our consent agenda, and that concludes our items for tonight. This time I would be open for a motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Redeen.
I move that we approve items on the consent agenda. Item number 3, DRH 23-00196. Item number 4, DRH 23-00228. And item number 5, DRH 23-00207.
Thank you, Mr. Redeen. So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Erstad. Any discussion on the consent agenda tonight? Seeing none, Christina, will you please call the roll?
Rudine,
Aye.
Marsh,
Aye.
Aguilar,
Aye.
Erstad,
Aye.
all in favor, motion carries.
First item to be heard tonight is item number 2. DRH 23-00209. And with that, I will turn it over to Caitlin and staff for their presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. This is a design review request for Boise Fire Station 13 located at the northeast corner of State Street and Bogart Lane. The land use designation is mixed use and it's in the C2D general commercial with design review zone. The site layout includes the fire station building toward the street corner with the apparatus space along Bogart Lane. There's a parking area located behind the building. On Monday, the Planning and Zoning Commission granted a variance allowing the service drive to have a 0 setback at the north property line. The applicant is constructing the 12-foot wide pathway along State Street, as well as a pathway along the north of the site. The proposed landscape plan includes the required trees and low water use plantings. Here we have the elevations. We have a unique fire station design with some angular building forms. The materials include a variety of metal panels in different colors. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the west elevation with the apparatus bays along Bogart Lane. And then as you turn the corner, the southwest facade is parallel to State Street, and we have a prominent main entry. Here is the view from the southwest corner of the building. Staff is recommending approval with 2 site-specific conditions to comply with the requirements of the variance approval and to provide additional site lighting details prior to building permit issuance. And with that, I can answer any questions or the applicant is present.
There you go. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Sarah Schaefer. I'm at 150 North Capitol Boulevard. I'm with the City of Boise Public Works Department. And the design that you have before you has been worked on by Pivot North Design and RFM out of Portland, working on fire station design. We have them consult on all of our fire stations for the City of Boise for the internal layout. We also have them work on the comfort design for interior for City of Boise firefighters so that we're getting as much natural light into the facilities, warm colors and warm design. So it's a comfortable space and healthy space for all of our firefighters. The design of the exterior of the structure goes back to the design of the area. So it's a low building designed based on the farming community that was in the area previously, which is where we have taken the materials from. It looks more like a farming structure or outbuilding from the area in the past. And with that, I can stand for any questions that you may have in regards to the structure, as I'm not quite sure what questions may be for tonight.
Very much. Any questions for the applicant?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just want to get an idea of what the timeline for the project development on this was. How much overlap did you have with the zoning code rewrite as it was marinating for the last couple of years?
So we are actually progressing very quickly on this project. We are actually hoping to be in the ground starting September. And so we are moving forward very quickly. We started design just about a year ago. And so we have, that was purchase of land a year ago and have gone full speed ahead since then. And so we are doing this in order to be able to meet timelines for adjoining property development as well, because we have several residential developments that are held up due to the course of the fire station to go in. So that's the whole reasoning ahead for this fire facility. It's also in conjunction with police. So we have a bunch going in for this property.
So is there an adjacent police substation that will
It's
be
included inside the structure. So as part of this development, we have a 4-bed facility. We're actually constructing 6 with the captain so that there's a little bit of room for expansion on the fire apparatus. And then we have police kind of substation. It's more a report writing facility within the same building. And then the 2 departments will coexist. So there's simply just a report writing room as well as a possible not really interview room, but space where they can sit and talk to any members of the public who may come in with questions. For officers to drop in and write reports. They'll have at least 4 to 6 desks inside that location. This is something we've started to do with other fire facilities within town. I have constructed these in Fire Station 7. We have them at Fire Station. Let's see, I have them at Fire Station 7. We have placed them at one other station. I'm sorry, I can't remember where I've placed that one. We have them going into 13, and we're continuing to build them into other facilities that they can co-locate. They're going to use joint kitchen facilities and restroom facilities throughout, and they'll be able to use the gym and fitness facilities as well.
Other questions? Other questions? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Is there any member of the public wishing to testify tonight? See none in person, any online, Josh? Okay. Anything else from the applicant? With that, we'll close the public portion of the hearing and bring back to the committee for discussion and a motion.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Statton.
I know that we need to consider projects based on their current zoning and, not look at what necessarily might be on the horizon, but given that this is a city project and that the city is also driving a rewrite of the zoning code, and this particular area is scheduled to become an MX3 zone, which is an active mixed use area with a height limit of 70 feet and where there's particular favor given to buildings that are 4 stories tall or higher. It seems to me like this is another example of a fire station that is really more suburban in style and layout in what really is going to be a kind of an urban node. So I just need to express my frustration with that. Again, I'm not saying that again about this one. I'm saying that again, it's another fire station that I think is not making the highest and best use of its site. This thing kind of sprawls across the corner, and I recognize there's a callback to what was there, but we are in the process of visioning what is going to be there, and I just can't help but think that this is it's somehow inappropriate in the way that it's masked and the way that it's laid out, and this could be a much more efficient site that would leave more land there for whether it's the Affordable Housing Land Trust or whether it's other agency housing or whatever it may be. This just seems like a missed opportunity to me.
Okay, Mr. Stan, other comments?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I don't necessarily disagree with Mr. Erstad, but I also believe since this is a public project, we need to be mindful of the public safety needs in that area. And also that the cost for this project is public, it's taxpayer money. And I think we should be mindful of that as well to provide an adequate, appropriate public building at that space, and being mindful of costs to the taxpayers and also to public safety. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr.
I would move that we approve DRH 23-00209 based on the recommended conditions of approval noted in the project report.
Okay, so moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Christine, will you please call the roll?
Routine.
Aye.
Marsh,
Aye.
Aguilar,
Aye.
Erstad,
Nope.
3 in favor, 1 opposed. Motion carries.
That concludes our items for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.